Okay. So, welcome to this final session of the Compass Community of Practice sessions in this format. Alongside myself, Ioana, a representative of the Romanian partner from the European Association for Social Innovation, are the other Compass partners, mainly Ms. Rodica Căciulă from Habilitas, Claudia Erco from Intras, Giussi Trogu from Anziani and Non-Solo, Teologia Tisi from CAT, and Jessica Carvalho from Aproximar. One of our partners is not able to join us today, mainly Redial, but we will share information from their side, and you will see more a bit about it later. So before we begin, let me just share my screen with you. Can you see it? Should be the compass. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so just a few topics that we are going to address today. We are going to have an overview of the Compass Community of Practice, mainly why we've designed these sessions, what were our goals and objectives, what we aim to achieve, how we structured these events, and then we are going to pass from partner to partner to share some of the insights that we've gathered from the previous sessions, mainly what we've learned, some recommendations, what were the key points that showed up during the sessions with our guests. And then we are also going to discuss what are going to be the next steps for the Compass Community of Practice, because this is our final session in this format, mainly online and live. But as you are going to see, this is not the end. So we are going to have ways to continue our exchange of knowledge and experiences in a different format, also online. And then if you would like to implement a community of practice in your own organization or in your own practice, then we are going to develop some resources which are going to guide you in this journey. And afterwards, we are going to ask you to kindly share some feedback with us, what you thought about the session, and some ideas or feedback on how to improve. Right. So what we thought of when we designed the communities of practice? Well, we wanted to provide a space and a medium to collect and share information regarding to various issues or questions that rose during the practice of various professionals working in adult care or in care services. Then we want to support professionals through the organization of exchanges and collaborations among the participants and the member of the community of practice. Then we are going to, or we actually wanted to support the learning through cultivating groups or discussion groups to start working on these matters and to exchange knowledge or experiences or things that we found valuable through the sessions. And again, we wanted to encourage this knowledge sharing through discussions between the members, both in the live and face-to-face sessions, but also in other various formats through, you are going to see later, through the forum, through the platform, and through an exchange of resources. And ultimately, what we wanted to do with this community of practice was to encourage our participants and their colleagues and other professionals to incorporate in their own practices the lessons and the knowledge that they gained from participating to these sessions. So again, with the Compass Community of Practices, we wanted to promote a care that was focused on the person. So the person-centered care, with the aim to share experience, to build skills, and to provide a common language for professionals, but also to support the consolidation of a new professional vision that was going to transform and to reinforce the role of identity from the perspective of the managerial role and less from the executive coordination function. Our focus with these sessions of community of practice were to encourage the leadership focused on person-centered care, to offer support to care managers, to encourage reflection based on practical experiences, to advance the measures and the practice that were mostly a consequence of the challenges that we were facing with after COVID, and to develop new trends and policies at the European level. The objectives of the community of practice were to promote the sharing of experiences and skills focused on person-centered care in the care of older people among the care managers, their teams, and other care workers, to support the consolidation of a professional vision that was not only transforming the strengths and role of identity from the perspective of the managers, but to inspire them to lead and to build teams that were focused on caring or focusing their practice on the needs of the person. To implement these sessions of the community of practice, we've structured them in 8 sessions on a span of about 7 months, with each session having around an hour or an hour and more, depending on each of the partners that conducted the sessions. As you will see, and some of you probably have already seen, each partner has led one of these sessions, and each of them had a specific topic of discussion in mind. As you can see here, we had first an introductory session where we've accustomed and familiarized our members with Compass, with the resources and the results that we were going to implement and what we wanted to achieve with this initiative. The second session was focused on inspiring leadership. This was followed by the identification and discussion on the underlying reasons for people's resistance to change. And it also provided us a safe space to talk about their concerns. Then we've discussed about the broader context of formal care. Then we had a session focusing on reading between the lines. Then the sixth session was focused on reflecting on the hypothesis of the problems. This was followed by a session on correcting unacceptable behavior and calling out discrepancy in inappropriate behaviors in a respectful way. And this last session in which we are going to discuss a bit, like I said before, what we have learned so far, some recommendations from each session, or key points that surfaced during these sessions. Right now, to better have to gain a better perspective on what happened in this session, I'm going to invite the partners to share a bit their highlights, and we are going to start with Jussi from Anziani and Solo, who is going to tell us a bit about the highlights and key topics that took place during their session. You see?
Thank you. Thank you very much, Joanna, for these presentations and also for the overview of our path. And also thank you to all the participants of today. As Joanna mentioned, we took the responsibility of organizing one sessions, and we also participated to the other different sessions. What we have learned in very short is that in general we found the community of practice very helpful and very effective in supporting the different representatives of care services to try to find and get familiar with different solutions for their daily work and challenges that may raise in their different contexts. So that in this case was an opportunity to see that even if the context and the country is different, it's possible to find similar solutions to similar challenges. Another key point is the opportunity to have discussions and to get in touch with professionals with different backgrounds, so that also if the backgrounds and the profiles are a bit different, it's interesting to see that the complementary issue is very helpful when we are talking about implementing the person-centered care approach. And another aspect is that very impactive difference is made by the atmosphere. In fact, in this sense, it's very important to create a welcoming and engaging space in the group in order to also enhance the participation and continuative and motivation on attending the different sessions. Next slide, please. Of course, it was not immediate to reach our objective, and we have learned also some lessons on some risk and point of attention. In this sense, one of the main points of attention is the language, because language barriers are a concrete issue and have been a concrete challenge in this path. So it's very important to try to provide some tools and some support in overcoming these barriers. Otherwise, we risk to lose the attention and the motivation of our members. It's very important to have a specific plan and calendar which needs to be respected, because the appointments can be a lot, and the rescheduling the different meetings with short advice can impact in the participation of our members. And also, according also with the suggestions, the concrete suggestions of our participant, communication can be also supported by visual elements, so that slides, infographics, and diagrams are very recommended to be used in order also to support the language barriers and communication. So thank you very much. I can leave the floor to the next one.
Thank you, Juicy. Just a short note before we move to our next partner. If our participants are interested in these lessons that we've learned, we can also share the presentation afterwards. But as you are going to see, we are also going to have a more in-depth document. So if you're not, I don't know, if you don't have the chance to take all the notes or to gather all the information that you find interesting now, don't worry, we are going to provide you with it afterwards. Okay, so now I would like to welcome Teologia and to share her insights from the sessions conducted by Kat, our Cyprus partner.
Thank you very much, Ioanna. Thank you very much. And good evening to everyone from Cyprus. Our actually COP session was focused to understand why resistance to change occurs and to create an environment for open discussion and actually for a trust environment. So here we can see the topics that we covered. The first one was to understand why resistance to change occurs, creating an environment for open and safe discussion was a very important, actually, topic that we focus during all the COP sessions to create this environment. And to encourage the participation and the active involvement of the participant to facilitate support, education and communication, and of course to establish trust through transparency. Okay, I can't see the last point, but okay, and the final point actually was showing real-world examples to illustrate challenges and solutions. And these examples was very important during our COP session because it makes the participant to realize that most of us, we face the same challenges and difficulties. Okay, we continue, Ioanna, with the next slide. Thank you. Regarding the lessons learned from our COP, was the practical examples that share with participants and highlighted that they face all similar challenges and concerns during COVID and after COVID pandemic, like adapting to remote work or implementing new healthcare protocols. And these stories expressed from our participants show that many challenges were common, such as communication gaps or fear of losing their control. Also, through these sessions, encourage participants to reflect in their own approaches to change and identify areas of improvement. For example, many recognize weaknesses such as lack of clear communication with teams or overlooking their emotional response to resistance. And these reflections allow participants to gain deeper insights into how they could better manage resistance to change. And the final point of lessons learned was the collaboration, actually, that we encourage through these COP sessions, the exchange of diverse perspectives and strategies for addressing resistance to change, and of course through the group discussion and the use in our session, we use them like a relaxation technique as an idea to promote a relaxed environment. It was very helpful and reduce participants' anxiety and make them feel more relaxed to talk and discuss their concerns. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you as well, Theologia. I will now like to give the floor to a representative from our Irish partner, Redial. So as I mentioned before, they were not able to be here. However, my colleague Ana Maria is going to share with you some of the key points from their session. Ana Maria, please.
Thank you, Ioanna. So the focus points of the community of practice hosted by the Redial organization in Ireland was to understand the importance of a person-centered approach in healthcare, to learn how to recognize and address unacceptable behaviors in the workplace, about promoting the just culture that encourages speaking up and accountability, and developing effective supervision strategies to address negative behaviors. And in terms of the takeaways, thank you, Joanna. One of the takeaways was that the person-centered approach is at the heart of every great healthcare institution. It is very important to focus on the needs of individuals, even if it's patients or colleagues or the well-being of the team, to create a supportive and compassionate environment that fosters trust, respect, and care in the workplace setting. A code of conduct is a very good framework to promote positive behavior and professionalism, as they set clear expectations and create this foundation for respectful and ethical behavior. Then we talked about how unacceptable behaviors or negative behaviors can have a domino effect, impacting not only individuals but the whole organization. If negative behaviors or actions are left unchecked or not or undiscussed, they can escalate and impact further the quality of the services. And then this means that early intervention is key to prevent and address this kind of behaviors. Furthermore, we talked about promoting a just culture. This means that the staff needs to feel safe to speak up and address these situations where a patient might feel uncomfortable or the staff had unacceptable behavior. This means that it could mean having a place for anonymous reporting or having private discussions within the staff or the team. Finally, it is important to have a good system of supervision as it promotes professional development of the staff and the well-being of also patients and colleagues and creates respectful workplaces. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ana Maria. We are now going to move to our partners from Portugal, represented by Jessica. She is going
Thank you so much, Joanna. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for being here with us today. The COP sessions facilitated by the Proximar was on how to inspire leadership in care managers to adopt a person-centered care. This topic has been discussed directly or indirectly during these 7 COP sessions, which is the leadership. So what I want to share with you today is a summary of these topics and to remind you once again of the importance of this team in the field of any type of model or change implemented by the care institution need a leader who can encourage the teams to adopt this model or change. And without a good leader or leadership behaviors, the changes don't happen in a positive way. By definition, we say that the leadership is a process in which one or more people influence a group of people to move in a certain direction. But we need to reflect and realize if you are a care manager that acts like a manager or like a leader. They are totally different of each other. While a manager only ensures a certain stability through planning, organization, and controlling situation, a leader inspires. The leadership is a dynamic process of guiding, motivating, involving, and encouraging people to participate in the vision and the future of the organization or of the institution. During the Compass training and the World Discussion Groups and the events that we dynamize, the role of the leader and the leadership styles become more evident in engaging care staff in person-centered care. More and more care staff are becoming overloaded and the workload is increasing. Can you change? Thank you so much. A care manager faces a number of daily challenges in their job. Regardless of whatever or not the care organization they manage was the person-centered care, at its care methodology, managing human resource and the users is the biggest challenges. We also noticed that along with the Compass training and the world discussion groups, it was mentioned many times by the participants that care institutions have a high turnover and absenteeism rate, and that being a care is not a profession that many people aspire to be, especially when their rates are pay are low, and in Portugal they represent the minimum wage. In addition to the rotative schedules, staff shortages, work overload, emotional and psychological overload, and the difficulty of managing personal and professional life, care manager live daily with the urgency of recruiting new and qualified formal cares with soft skills to carry out the role of care. Because of all of this that I mentioned and is in a presentation, care managers find it difficult to highlight their professionals with the culture of the organization and the culture of care. Caregivers are dismotivated and consequently not aligned with the culture of care. Daily, the care managers struggle to ensure the best care for their users with low human resources. For example, in Portugal, legally, each care institution or nursing homes, which you must understand, needs only one formal care for 5 users. Also, care managers are aware of the need to change the paradigm of care by adopting the personal-centered care. They face a major challenge in adopting it, a strong resistance to change. Whatever it's the lack of knowledge and training of the professionals about the person-centered care, or the dissatisfaction of their workers with their work and their lack of commitment to their job, derived from the less attractive conditions linked to the professional role and the low payment.
Thank you very much, Jessica.
Thank you, Elena.
And now I would like to welcome Ms. Rodica Cachula. She will tell you all about the key points from the session conducted by Habilitas in Romania.
Thank you, Ioana. Good day, everyone. Thank you for being here at this last session of COP. Yes, we have touched this part of monitoring the quality of care in long-term care services for older people, processes and method. Regarding this elaboration, it was developed under the Ministry of Labor and Social Justice in Romania in the period of 2018-2020. The research methodology used 89 quality indicators tested in 8 regional focus groups and refined through surveys with a 93.7% response rate. So a total of 253 social services providers. Our colleagues from this institute, National Institute of Social Labor, who elaborated this part of monitoring services, they have made also a beneficiary analysis and of 10,441 older people. Only 3,160 could independently manage personal care, with the majority relying on private or public care institutions. Yes, what they also observed that over that 5,400 requests for care remained unsolved in 2008, most concentrated in private institutions. They highlighted also gaps in the challenges in care services, including insufficient equipment, shortage of qualified personnel, and inadequate social integration activities for the older people, especially in institutions for long-term care. As recommendations emphasized periodic monitoring every 3 years and targeted improvements in personal training, equipment provision, and the creation of supportive social environments. So we can say that Compass project and this type of projects in Romania are very, very welcome regarding this part of training the personnel, elaborating training resources, and also put into practice training programs for all the types of personnel working in long-term care in our institutions. Thank you.
Thank you as well. And yes, it's completely true. I think in all the partner countries we have recognized this need for such an initiative. I will lastly like to invite Ms. Claudia Erco from our Spanish partner from Intras to tell us a bit about the key highlights from their session.
Thank you, Joanna. Hello, everybody. Okay, so Intras has led one of the last virtual session of the community of practices of the Compass project, and we had as speaker one of our professionals, that is the person leading the implementation of the person-centered care model at our foundation. That is a foundation quite big. We have over 700 staff members. So the aim of this session was to provide an in-depth look into the process, highlighting the challenges as well as the key lesson learned during this process, this way. So one of the most significant insights shared was the critical role of top management in driving this transformation. Indeed, it is essential that leadership not only embraces the philosophy behind person-centered care model, but also supports the necessary changes through training, supervision, and a commitment to gradual implementation. Indeed, without this strong support from leadership team, achieving meaningful changes can be difficult. Furthermore, the integration of public administration also has been indicated as something that plays a vital role in this process. Engaging with public administration ensures that the development of supportive policies, fosters collaboration, and creates a framework for a sustainable transformation. Their involvement is crucial for creating an environment where the model can thrive, providing resources, standards, and the necessary support for the staff in this journey. So to conclude, we can say that through this session, it became clear that this transition requires a collaborative and collective effort, leadership support, continuous learning, and of course also a shared understanding of the gradual step needed for the success of this implementation. So these are the main insights from our session. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Claudia. Well, I hope this very short and brief introduction of our highlights and the insights that we've managed to gather was and is interesting to you, and that you will find it useful. As mentioned before, we are going to develop a more in-depth document with other recommendations. So just follow us or get in touch with us to learn when these are going to be ready and when you can access them. Okay, so I think now it's a a good time to see what we want to do next with these community of practice sessions that we've designed under Compass. Like I said before, these are not going to end completely. What we've designed on the project website, and some of you probably already know, is the opportunity to continue these discussions and conversations or exchange of resources in a slightly different format. Mainly on the project website, you are going to find this section, the community of practice. My colleague already shared the link with you in the chat, or you can also scan this QR code. And here you are going to find a section destined to a forum where you can start your own topics, you can begin conversations or see what others have discussed so far. You can reply or continue this exchange with other members, or why not share it with your colleagues and with other professionals. Then you are going to see that we've also developed a section for resources. You can access both the forum and the resources if you create an account on the platform. Otherwise, everything is free. You will also have the option to bring or upload your own resources if you have something specific to your, I don't know, to your country or at the national level, or if you have some valuable resources at European level, these are welcomed. You will see that you will have the opportunity to upload materials in different languages. Everything is quite easy and intuitive to follow. However, if you do, I don't know, encounter any problems, or if you have any difficulty, just get in touch with us, and we'll be more than happy to help you with this. Right. So maybe you found these sessions so valuable that you thought or actually got inspired to organize them in your own organization or in your own practice. Well, the good news is that we are currently working on a document that will show and help other professionals to build these sessions without necessarily our Compass partners being intermediate. So you can just do it in your own companies and organizations. Like I said, we are currently working on preparing these guidelines, and probably they are going to be ready sometime next year at the end of January. What I would also like to mention right now, if you would like to get to know us personally, we or some of the partners are still going to organize some dissemination events. If you are interested in joining them, please get in touch with us, and we will be happy to welcome you to our events. You'll get a chance to see the finalized resources that we have developed, to access them, and why not to ask us more questions, to get to know us, and learn more about what we want to do next, and how we are going to also continue the Compass project even after its formal date of completion. Right now, I would like to invite everyone here just for a few minutes to share with us your feedback, what you thought of the session. If you have some feedback for us, these are two questionnaires. You can scan the QR code, or you can access the link that's been shared in the chat. And I think we would give you a few minutes to answer the questions. They're not too long, so I think we can take a small time right now to give you the opportunity to fill them out. And afterwards, if you have any questions, if you would like to know more from our side, then please ask ahead and we'll be happy to reply. Okay, so I'll just give some, I don't know, five minutes for you to fill in the questionnaires, and we'll talk a bit afterwards. Okay, I think we can continue. And if you didn't have a chance to fill both of them, we are going, excuse me, please. We are also going to send the questionnaires in the follow-up email. This is about it for our session today. I would like to just extend a big thank you to all our partners, because we couldn't have done this this community of sessions without their support and their help. Like I said, you can find all the resources that we have developed on the project website. You will find a link in the chat. My colleague Anna, I believe she already shared the URL to the resources and where to find them. Again, if you have any questions or would like to to ask us things, to get in touch, feel free to send us an email. You will find the contact information on the project website. And again, if you'd like to take part in our events, we are more than welcoming you, and we are going to share information regarding the dates for the upcoming events soon. So make sure you follow us on. I'm really sorry. Make sure to follow us on our website, on the social media channels, and thank you again for making this community of practice possible together with us. We highly appreciate your involvement and support with this, and we would like to wish you good luck, and hopefully you found a lot of valuable insights and information, and are getting inspired to organize something like this in your own countries and in your own organization. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you,
very
and
Thank you
best
very
wishes
much.
to all.
Happy Christmas.
Thank
Merry
you. Merry
Christmas.
Christmas, everybody.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Have a nice day, everyone.
Bye, bye.